A star is a star is a star. But to me, this is a star. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Katharine Hepburn.
George, I'm going to.
Men, who are all the same, and all, well.
I feel alive and I love it. I feel at last something's happening to me.
What makes someone a legend? Is it their talent, their daring choices, or the way they defy expectations at every turn? For Katharine Hepburn, it was all of that and more. She wasn't just Hollywood royalty, she was its most fearless rebel. She smashed traditions, took risks that others wouldn't dare, and lived a life so unconventional that even now, decades later, it still shocks us. With 4 Academy Awards, a record that still stands today, Hepburn became one of the most celebrated actresses of all time. But behind her dazzling career was a life full of controversy, scandal, and hidden truths. From her fiery personality and infamous love affair with a married man to persistent whispers about her personal life, Katharine's story is as bold and surprising as her on-screen performances. So, how did this trailblazing actress redefine what it meant to be a Hollywood star? Let's find out. Katharine Hepburn's life was destined to be extraordinary from the start. Born in 1907 in Hartford, Connecticut, she grew up in a family that was anything but ordinary. Her mother, Katharine Houghton, was a suffragist and a fierce advocate for women's rights, even campaigning for birth control in a time when the topic was taboo. Her father, Thomas Hepburn, was a pioneering urologist who openly discussed public health issues like venereal diseases, scandalous topics in polite society. This progressive upbringing shaped Katharine's fiercely independent nature. She was encouraged to think for herself, speak her mind, and question societal norms. Even as a child, she stood out. While other girls her age were playing with dolls, Katharine was climbing trees, practicing acrobatics, and perfecting her golf swing. She cut her hair short, wore trousers, and embraced a tomboy image that shocked her conservative neighbors. Her first brush with Hollywood came after a stint in theater, where she was discovered for her raw, natural talent. But success didn't come easily. She faced harsh criticism for being too brash and too unconventional for the silver screen. Hepburn's big break came in 1933 with Morning Glory, a film that earned her her first Academy Award. But while she was celebrated for her talent, her refusal to conform to Hollywood standards quickly made her a polarizing figure. She turned down traditional damsel in distress roles, demanding scripts that portrayed strong, independent women. Her defiance came at a cost. By the late 1930s, a string of box office failures led critics to label her box office poison. For most actresses, this would have been the end of their careers, but not for Katharine Hepburn. Instead of retreating, she staged one of the greatest comebacks in Hollywood history. In 1940, she starred in The Philadelphia Story, a film she not only acted in but also co-produced, a rare move for a woman at the time. It was a massive success, earning her an Oscar nomination and reestablishing her as a bankable star. Hepburn wasn't just fearless on screen, she was fearless off-screen too. She famously clashed with directors, refusing to take orders she disagreed with. She insisted on wearing trousers in an era when actresses were expected to be glamorous and ultra-feminine. In fact, her wardrobe choices became so iconic that she's credited with popularizing trousers for women in mainstream fashion. Her sharp wit and fiery personality were legendary. Once, when a producer threatened to fire her, she reportedly quipped, "Go ahead. I'm better at being unemployed than you are at being a producer." Katharine Hepburn's love life was just as unconventional as her career. For 26 years, she was romantically involved with Spencer Tracy, one of Hollywood's leading men. But there was one problem. Tracy was married. The two met on the set of Woman of the Year in 1942, and their chemistry was undeniable. They went on to star in 9 films together, but their off-screen relationship was kept secret from the public. Tracy, a devout Catholic, never divorced his wife, and Hepburn quietly accepted this arrangement. Their relationship was far from easy. Tracy struggled with alcoholism and health issues, and Katharine often put her career on hold to care for him. Despite the challenges, their bond endured until Tracy's death in 1967. Hepburn's refusal to play by Hollywood's rules made her a target for rumors. She was often labeled as difficult due to her strong opinions and unwilling willingness to compromise. Some co-stars adored her, others found her intimidating. Speculation about her personal life also followed her throughout her career. She had close friendships with women, leading to persistent whispers about her sexuality. In typical Hepburn fashion, she never addressed the rumors directly, saying only, "What people think of me is none of my business." Her disdain for the Hollywood publicity machine also set her apart. While most stars attended premieres and gave endless interviews, Katharine avoided the spotlight whenever possible. She believed her work should speak for itself, and it did. By the time she retired, Katharine Hepburn had won 4 Academy Awards, a record that remains unbeaten. But her legacy goes far beyond her accolades. She paved the way for generations of actresses to demand stronger, more complex roles. She proved that women could succeed in Hollywood without sacrificing their individuality. In her later years, Katharine reflected on her extraordinary life with characteristic candor. "I don't regret anything," she once said. "It's been a hell of a ride." Her story is a testament to the power of resilience, independence, and staying true to oneself. Katharine Hepburn wasn't just a Hollywood star. She was a force of nature. She redefined what it meant to be a leading lady, proving that strength and vulnerability could coexist. Her life, filled with triumphs and challenges, remains a source of inspiration for anyone daring to live on their own terms. What do you think? Was Katharine Hepburn the greatest actress of all time? Or was her real legacy the way she lived her life? Let us know in the comments below.